One of the most trending news right now is Tinubu's son emerging from a presidential jet in Kano on Sunday to witness the final Polo Cup tournament.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's son, Sheyi Tinubu, has come under fire on social media after he was spotted on Sunday, October 8th, reportedly using the presidential jet to travel to Kano to watch the finals of this year's edition of the Kano International Polo Tournament. Eyewitnesses say the presidential jet that conveyed Sheyi Tinubu and his friends landed in Kano around midday on Sunday. He was said to have been received at the airport by some officials of the presidency, the Kano state government, and the Kano Polo Club. While users on social media criticized the president's son for using the jet for a private event.
Presidential jet to witness. Tomorrow, you want to go and buy suya in London, they will use the presidential jet. You want to go and buy boxers in Texas, they will move with the presidential jet of Nigeria. We are in trouble. I told you people. So, according to a comment I have here, the person said, Tinubu's son abuses public asset, flies presidential jet to watch polo. And they said before Sunday's Kano trip, Sheyi Tinubu is known for traveling regularly with the presidential jet, either in the company of his father or in those of his associates.
This is clearly a case of abuse of presidential powers. To the best of my knowledge, Sheyi Tinubu is not an official of state. He's not a former head of state. Many are in fact likely to ask, who the hell is he? Because he's the president's son. So even if you are a child of privilege, what I always tell these children of privilege is that why don't you struggle and develop yourself and make a name for yourself instead of just relying on privilege? But what concerns us is the abuse of presidential powers. The son of the president is not qualified in any way to use the presidential jet, any of the jets in that fleet, except, however, there was once upon a time, there was this arrangement whereby you can hire the jet, any of the smaller jets, but you will pay for it, okay? But in this case, it's not clear that he's paying for the use of it, and that this is not the first time that he will use this jet to go on a frolic of his own. It's not as if he's running errand for his father, because the president has powers under the Constitution. He can send somebody on an errand and say, okay, let the jet take it. He was going to watch a polo match. What is that?
Yeah.
And then what even makes it scandalous was that he was received, we were told, when he arrived in Kano, as if he were a state official by government officials, and he was given heavy security, wasting taxpayers' money to protect the president's son. So these are the issues. However, that presidential fleet, is given out with the approval of the Office of the National Security Advisor, because the presidential fleet, that's a security operation. What I know is that, former heads of state, sometimes if they are a trip to somewhere or they are going on an assignment on behalf of Nigeria, it could be released to them. If ministers were being sent on errands, they could use it. Sometimes heads of states of other countries will approach Nigeria if they had a major trip, and Nigeria will say, okay, you can use presidential jet, it will be approved for them. But to turn the presidential jet into, an Okada that people can be using to go and watch polo, to go and watch table tennis, or to go and visit persons in parts of the country. No, the optics, very bad. At a time when we should be saving resources. And in any case, those security people guarding the son of the president, no, that again is very wrong. Now, that's that about that.
Sheyi wants to go and buy gin in London, presidential jet. Do you know the cost of running those jets? And Nigeria has to bear the costs. This is a government that, with the promises of that were given to people that they are coming to save Nigeria. Oh my God. We are finished. They said, and after the march again, because that is what he came with the jet, he's going to go with the jet. They said, after the final matches of the 2-week tournament were played and awards handed to winners, the waiting presidential jet then transported Tinubu and his party back to Abuja, the nation's capital, where he currently lives. Yes, he lives in Abuja now because his father is a president and they live in Abuja. So the presidential jet is, anywhere he wants to go now, the presidential jet. Hey, APC. So he likes polo. In case you don't know what is polo, this is this horse game that you'll be on a horse and, you'll be playing something. You'll be on a horse and, that is polo. Hey, we are finished in this country. Do you know the cost of running all this? And Nigeria will bear the cost, whatever it is. And I want to tell you something. I don't want to see any APC supporter, complaining. I wouldn't take it lightly with any APC supporter I see complaining about this. Meanwhile, I'm still going to talk about it. According to a comment, he said his use of the presidential plane for a private event to satisfy his personal passion immediately triggered a firestorm of criticism by some Nigerians. And Jafar, a London-based Nigerian journalist, brimmed with anger on X, that's formerly Twitter, saying, here is Tinubu's golden child, Sheyi, traveling in a presidential jet to watch polo in Kano. Even if our laws are vague on this, one thing is clear, this is an offense to the moral code of leadership. Una never see anything. Now, reacting to the journalist's comment, another user of the microblogging platform who identified himself as Aliyu said, the use of presidential jet for the personal or non-official purposes by public officials can raise concern about transparency and accountability. It's essential for leaders to uphold a example for the public. Transparency and adherence to rules can help combat corruption and ensure the government resources are used responsibly. You want this kind of government to fight corruption? When the corruption is won like Abada, Yoruba Abada. We are finished. Another person wrote, what about the misuse of a special forces unit as his bodyguards? That's from another ex-user, Bello Arik Anka. He said, see them in the pictures. The other day he went skateboarding in Abuja with them running by his side. This is just a continuation of the culture of impunity from the previous government, perhaps on an even grander scale this time. Buhari's son was seen riding a sports bike that you wonder, where did he get the money to buy it? Oh, okay, because his father was the president at that point in time. Nigerians' money belongs to them. These are the people you voted. I did not vote for them anyway. But some people were trying to shout us down. They said, even before that Sunday's Kano trip, the younger Tinubu is known for traveling regularly and extensively with the presidential jet, either in the company of his father or in those of his associates, a behavior that has continued to irritate not a few taxpayers who lament inappropriate deployment and abuse of a key national asset. Can you imagine? Oh, it's annoying you people. I never see anything. Another report here said, In July this year, he was photographed as he met to board a presidential jet. His destination and those he was traveling with remain unknown. The controversy over the inappropriate use of the planes in the presidential air fleet first emerged on January 9, 2020, when Hanan, the youngest daughter of the then President Muhammadu Buhari. So it's an abuse that have started even before Tinubu's son came in. He said, the youngest daughter of then President Muhammadu Buhari flew to Bauchi, northeast Nigeria, on a presidential jet in what was clearly a private trip. She and the presidency were roundly condemned over the matter, with Farouk Berogi, an American-based Nigerian professor, describing the act as an unprecedented abuse of presidential powers, including Buhari, who tells you he's fighting corruption. So, recalling what happened during the Buhari's era vis-a-vis Seyi Tinubu's Sunday pleasure trip to Kano on the presidential jet, another ex-user, Bashar, said, Buhari merely sought the title of president without understanding or respecting the sanctity of the office. The audacity to let his daughter Hanan use a presidential jet for a mere photo tour in Bauchi was the beginning of his mockery. Another person wrote, he said, now we see Tinubu's protege, Seyi, hopping on the same jet for a polo match in Kano. It's not just about the laws, it's about the ethics, morals, and respect for the position. Our leaders must do more than just occupy an office. They must uphold the dignity. I'm sure these are among people who voted, who were saying it must be he or never, or no one else, who said, no Igbo man will rule Nigeria. These are the kind of people. You have not started complaining. This is just the beginning. Just like I said earlier, I don't want to see any APC supporter complaining. I wouldn't take it lightly with that person. You asked for this. We that never asked for this has the right to complain, but you people have no right to complain. And in case you don't know, those guys, the Tinubu, the presidential family, do not care about your opinion. To them, it is their turn, and they must properly make use of their turn. They must enjoy their turn. That is how they feel. Buhari and family did their own turn, and they used it well. They make sure they exhausted whatever needs to be exhausted, and it is their turn. To them, that is how they feel. And this is just the beginning. Even using the presidential jet, it might be the smallest of what you're going to see. And there is nothing you can do about it. When we were raising our alarm, there was a time Tinubu's wife and that of Shetima were using the Air Force jets to travel. That was prior to becoming president. During the campaign, a lot of people raised alarm. We already saw the signs. And some people are like, well, and so. Do you know the cost of running these jets? And somebody will be using it as if he's going on just an errand. Don't worry. We are going to face it together. And you know, the annoying part of these things, just like he makes use of the private jets, the presidential jet, he makes use of Nigeria's security outfits the way he likes. And to them, it is a privilege enjoyed by sons and daughters of the president. And somebody will be, oh, this young man, why are you doing this? Let me tell you, whatever he does got the permission, blessing of the Father. And like I said, they don't care about what you think. To them, they must properly make use of this time allotted to them, at least 4 years, and probably return another 4 years. It is his right, he told you earlier. He said it is a stone, he told you. And anything that is grabbed, anything that is bought, if you are bought, you become a slave to the buyer. And that is the case. When I never see anything in Nigeria, I never see anything. This country will be run like a family business. When somebody came in and his first major attention is to increase the salaries of the politicians who are, we were already complaining about cutting down on their allocation, their budgets, because it is not obtained anywhere in this world. The highest and doing nothing. I'm talking about the legislatures, the Senate and the House of Reps. We're talking about how to even bring it down. And now he came in and he's trying to review it upwardly. This country, this country. Anyway, I'll leave it here for now. Please share this video widely, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook. Bye-bye.